Hey everyone, Cap from TCG Break here, bringing you my Prank Kids deck profile for the January 2022 format. This is an excellent rogue option in our current meta, even with the limitation of Meow Meow Mew, and this deck is more accessible than ever, given its recent reprints within the Maximum Gold Eldorado set. So if there was ever a time to try this strategy out, you are able to do so now, even on a budget. So with that being said, if you'd like to support the channel, feel free to use our TCG Player affiliate link, which may be found in the description below the video, and without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with the main monster lineup, I'm playing 3 copies of Prank Kids Fancies. All of the Prank Kids monsters have their own effect if they are sent to the grave when either used as link or fusion material for a Prank Kids monster. In this case, Fancies is able to Foolish Burial 1 Prank Kids card from your deck to the grave, and then you are able to special summon a Prank Kids monster from your hand or deck in defense position. Fancies is especially useful in order to give you access to a card such as your Prank Kids Pandemonium, so that you might be able to later link climb into the Prank Kids Dodo Doodle Doo to then add that Prank Kids card that you sent from your deck to the grave via Doodle Doo's effect when it tributes itself. Continuing with the Prank Kids monster lineup, I'm playing 3 copies of Prank Kids Dropsies. If Dropsies is sent to the grave for link or fusion material, you are able to gain 1000 life points and then special summon a Prank Kids monster from your hand or deck. Dropsies is especially useful since it is a level 2 water aqua type monster, so if you are able to get 2 onto the field, you are able to use both of them in order to overlay into the totally awesome. This may allow you to protect your plays from problematic hand traps, or simply give you an Omni Negate to possibly slow down your opponent's plays. Additionally, I am playing 3 copies of Prank Kids Lampsies. Lampsies is able to burn your opponent for 500 life points if it is sent to the grave, used as fusion or link material for a Prank Kids monster, and then of course you are able to special summon a Prank Kids monster from your hand or deck in defense position. And rounding it out for the Prank Kids monsters in the main deck, I am playing 2 copies of Prank Kids Roxy's. Roxy's has the useful effect where if it's sent to the grave used as link or fusion material for a Prank Kids monster, you are able to banish a card from your hand and then draw 1 card. Then, as with all the other Prank Kids monsters, you can special summon a Prank Kids monster either from your hand or deck. This effect may be helpful to dig deeper into your deck in an attempt to search for your Prank Kids spells or additional extenders should your primary plays be interrupted. Now moving on to the hand trap lineup, I'm playing 2 copies of Effect Veiler and 2 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I find that both of these cards are fairly versatile in our current format, and I'm playing 2 copies of each since I am also playing the Crossout Designator, which ensures that even if I open 1 copy of either of these cards, as well as the Crossout Designator, I still have another target that may be banished from your deck should your opponent interrupt your plays. Additionally, I am playing 2 copies of Nibiru the Primal Being, and 2 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Once again, I am playing 2 of each as to ensure that you have a target for your Crossout Designator if you would happen to open one in your starting hand, though both of these cards are fairly useful in a number of matchups. Nibiru, for example, against the Dragon Link and Sword Soul matchup, and Infinite Impermanence has the additional utility to be able to set it as a trap card to negate the effects of one of your opponent's monsters, and possibly also negate activated spell and traps in the same column Infinite Impermanence was activated in. Moving on to the spell card lineup, I'm playing 3 copies of Prank Kids Place. Prank Kids Place helps you get into any Prank Kids monster you might need, serving as an excellent starter for this deck, as when it is activated, you can add 1 Prank Kids monster from the deck to the hand. It also has the very useful effect where if you fusion summon a Prank Kids monster, you can have all of your monsters you control gain 500 attack. It is important to note that this boost is permanent even if Prank Kids Place leaves the field. The same can be said about its second effect, where if you link summon a Prank Kids Link monster, all of your opponent's monsters they control lose 500 attack. In certain situations, this can certainly help you in the grind game, and allows you to go for game with relative ease if you have many Prank Kids on the field, in combination with your Prank Kids Weather Washer. Additional Prank Kids spell cards, I'm playing 3 copies of Prank Kids Pandemonium. Pandemonium is an excellent quick play spell card, allowing you during the main phase to fusion summon a Prank Kids fusion monster, using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. This also locks you into only being able to normal or special summon Prank Kids monsters for the rest of that turn, though you are not terribly concerned with that prospective downside, simply because you aim to use this on your opponent's turn in order to interrupt their plays with the Prank Kids Battle Butler, as you are able to recur those necessary fusion materials from your grave after you combo off via the effect of a card such as Dodo Doodle Doo or the Prank Kids Bow Wow Bark. To round it out for the Prank Kids spells, as well as the fusion spells, I'm playing the 1 copy of Prank Kids Pranks and 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Fusion. I find that playing 1 copy of Prank Kids Pranks is more than enough, simply because you are able to add it from your deck to the hand, using Doodle Doo's effect when it is link summoned, or add it from your graveyard to your hand when Doodle Doo tributes itself. Pranks allows you to discard 1 Prank Kids monster in order to special summon a Prank Kids token, which allows you to get your plays started, or possibly give you the 1 material you might need for your higher rated link summons. And Prank Kids Pranks also has the very useful effect where during your end phase, you can target 3 Prank Kids cards in your grave and shuffle them into your deck and then draw 1 card. This helps the deck tremendously in the grind game, allowing you to continuously restore your resources so that you are able to combo off on the following turns. I'm also playing the 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Fusion, as you are able to bring out your Battle Butler using this card since it is a Thunder Fusion monster, and Thunder Dragon Fusion also allows you to recur your resources back into the deck from cards that are either banished, on the field, or in your graveyard. This card also has the useful effect during your main phase, except the turn it was sent to the grave, where you can banish it from your graveyard in order to add a Thunder monster from your deck to the hand. In this case, you will add the Prank Kids Fansies in order to give you a follow-up or otherwise start your combo. As previously suggested, I am playing 3 copies of the Crossout Designator. This allows you to protect your plays from problematic hand traps, especially that of Nibiru, since a lot of the time you may not be able to put up your totally awesome negate before your 5th summon, so Crossout Designator certainly helps this deck stay afloat, even if you do not start with the best hand, to possibly still be able to play the game. Additionally, I am playing 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet. This card gives the deck a fighting chance when going second, though is certainly useful going first as well, as it allows you to negate the effects of monsters your opponent controls up to the number of cards that you send from your hand or field to the grave, and their attack is also halved. This card is more accessible due to the recent reprint within the Brothers of Legend set, though if you do not have this card, you may opt to play more fusion spells or additional hand traps. As for the draw support, I'm playing 3 copies of Pot of Desires. This deck is fairly reliant on being able to see your Prank Kids monsters, so Pot of Desires simply helps you dig deeper into your deck to possibly obtain the 1 starter or extender you may need to further your end board or ability to play through interruption. And to round it out for the main deck, I'm playing the 1 copy of Called by the Grave, 1 Instant Fusion, and 1 copy of Monster Reborn. Called by the Grave helps you protect your plays from problematic hand traps, such as Ash Blossom and Effect Veiler. Instant Fusion is a great addition to this deck, as it allows you to bring out your Prank Kids Rocket Ride, which can tribute itself in order to special summon 2 Prank Kids monsters with different names from your grave, effectively extending your combo, and Monster Reborn is a great extender in this deck as well, should your primary plays be interrupted, allowing you to once again further the strength of your end board, or possibly bring back a card such as your Battle Butler on the turns thereafter to put enough damage on board to go for game. Now moving on to the extra deck, I'm playing the 1 copy of Prank Kids Meow Meow Mew, 1 Link Spider, and 1 Prank Kids Bow Wow Bark. Meow Meow Mew is an excellent card in this deck, allowing you to link off any of your main deck Prank Kids monsters in order to then trigger their effects in the grave and further your combo thereafter. It also has the very useful effect where if a Prank Kids monster would tribute itself in order to activate its effect during your opponent's turn, you can banish your Meow Meow Mew that you control, or if it is in your graveyard. Link Spider serves as a way to get an effect monster on the field should your opponent happen to use Nibiru, to then later use the Link Spider and an extender you might have to go into a card such as the Predaplant Verte Anaconda. Lastly, the 1 copy of Prank Kids Bow Wow Bark seems to be more than enough in most cases, and it has the useful effect during your opponent's turn where you can quick effect tribute it to add 2 Prank Kids cards with different names from your graveyard to your hand. This also protects your Prank Kids monsters from being destroyed by your opponent's card effects the turn this effect is activated. This aims to give you enough material in hand to possibly fusion summon your Battle Butler or give you a follow-up for the next turn. Continuing with the Link monsters, I am playing 3 copies of Prank Kids Dodo Doodle Doo. This is a very useful addition to the Prank Kids strategy, as it allows you to add a Prank Kids spell or trap from your deck to the hand when it is Link summoned, and similarly to Bow Wow Bark, you are able to tribute the Doodle Doo in order to add 2 Prank Kids cards with different names from your graveyard to your hand. Dodo Doodle Doo allows you to chain block some of your main deck monsters you link off so that they are able to activate in the grave with less chances of those cards being interrupted and allowing you to further extend your plays overall. Continuing with the Link monster lineup, I'm playing the 1 copy of Predaplant Verte Anaconda, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, and 1 Prank Kids Rip Roarin' Roaster. Verte allows you to easily facilitate your fusion plays, sending a card such as the Thunder Dragon Fusion in order to bring out your Battle Butler, which also gives you a follow-up on the next turn by banishing the Thunder Dragon Fusion to add fansies from your deck to the hand. Additionally, I have the 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn, as it is an excellent utility card and allows you to break through one of your opponent's problematic cards when it is Link summoned, simply by discarding 1 card and then targeting 1 card on the field to return it to the deck. Lastly, the Prank Kids Rip Roarin' Roaster is a great card to Link summon in back row heavy matchups, as you are able to quick effect tribute it in order to destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. Additionally, if Rip Roarin' Roaster would happen to be sent to the grave by an opponent's card, you are able to add 1 card from your grave back to your hand. To round it out for the Link monsters, and also mention the 1 Xyz monster, I'm playing the 1 copy of Access Code Talker and 1 Totally Awesome. Access Code allows you to go for game fairly easily, since all of your Prank Kids Link monsters are different attributes, and often gives you the ability to destroy cards your opponent controls at least 2 to 3 times. Additionally, Totally Awesome serves as an excellent Omni Negate, and you are able to bring this out fairly easily using your Prank Kids Dropsies. You are also able to benefit off of Toad's effect if it is sent to the grave, where you can target a water monster in the grave and add it to your hand. So in some situations, you may shuffle back the Totally Awesome, or you could simply add a Prank Kids Dropsies back to your hand so that you have a starter for your following turn. And to round it out for the extra deck, I'm playing the 1 copy of Prank Kids Rocket Ride, 1 Prank Kids Weather Washer, and 2 Prank Kids Battle Butler. Rocket Ride is an excellent monster to fusion summon, as you can tribute it in order to special summon 2 Prank Kids monsters with different names from your grave. Rocket Ride also allows you to chain block your Prank Kids monsters that are sent to the grave as fusion or link material, as it has the effect where if it is fusion summoned, you can have Rocket Ride lose 1000 attack, and it's also able to attack directly that turn. Weather Washer is an excellent card if you have a number of Prank Kids monsters on your field, in addition to it, as you may be able to take advantage of its effect where if a Prank Kids monster attacks, your opponent is not able to activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. This allows you to go for game fairly easily if your opponent has no effects to activate at the start of the battle step, as since they are not able to activate cards or effects, you as the turn player have priority to continue attacking with your Prank Kids monsters. Also, Weather Washer has the useful quick effect during your opponent's turn where you contribute it in order to special summon 2 Prank Kids monsters with different names from your grave. Those special summon monsters are not able to be destroyed by battle that turn, and in most cases they simply give you the fusion material needed in order to bring out your Battle Butler. As for the 2 copies of Battle Butler, this is an excellent boss monster for this deck, as you are able to quick effect tribute it in order to destroy all monsters your opponent controls. And of course, if Battle Butler is sent to your grave by an opponent's card, you are able to special summon 1 non-fusion monster from your grave. Now moving on to the side deck, I'm playing 3 copies of Droll and Lockbird. This is a great card to side into in our current format, and has the potential to stop certain decks outright, as you can send Droll from your hand to the grave, and for the rest of the turn, neither player is able to add cards from their deck to their hand. I also have 3 copies of Token Collector in the side deck, as this is a great addition against the Sword Soul matchup, as it has the effect where if a token is special summoned, you can special summon Token Collector either from your hand or graveyard, and if it is special summoned, you destroy all tokens on the field, and it gains 400 attack for each token destroyed. This also stops either player from being able to special summon tokens while it is on the field. Again, Token Collector is a must against the Sword Soul strategy, as the deck revolves around being able to generate tokens in order to get into their synchro monsters, and the ability to special summon Token Collector from your hand or grave proves incredibly versatile to ensure you are able to significantly stun your opponent's plays. As for the back row disruption, I'm playing 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. I'm opting to play this over cards such as Twin Twisters and Lightning Storm, simply because Artifact Scythe is fairly prevalent in this format, and you want to ensure that card is banished rather than destroyed, so that you are not locked out of special summoning from your extra deck. To complement the back row disruption of Cosmic Cyclone, I'm also playing 3 copies of Evenly Matched. This is an excellent card to side into in the back row heavy matchups, especially Eldritch, as it forces them to banish cards so that both players control the same number of cards, whilst also ensuring that their trap cards do not float in the grave during the end phase. And to round it out for the side deck, I am playing 3 copies of There Can Be Only One. The Prank Kids strategy conveniently consists of a number of monsters that are each a different type from one another, so There Can Be Only One does not hinder this deck's plays, and allows you to control the game in games 2 and 3 to bring out your Battle Butlers, or link into a card such as Access Code Talker in an attempt to end the duel. So this has been my Prank Kids deck profile for the January 2022 format. As always, if you enjoyed the video and would like to see more like it, feel free to give us a like and subscribe. Feel free to make any suggestions regarding changes you would make to the deck in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, until the next one, have a nice day.